What's up, everyone? This is RJ from Game News USA, and today we're going to be talking about Terrifier 3. And I actually had a fan reach out to me, and they would love to talk about Terrifier 3 and everything involved with that. And so there might be some spoilers here, so if you haven't seen the movie and you're interested, you might want to click off the video. But if you stick around and want to listen, please remember to hit the like and subscribe. And with that being said, if anybody would like to come on the show, all they gotta do is reach out to me on my Discord, Game News USA Patriot Palace. We got Twitter, you can reach out. You can YouTube comment if you'd like to get on the show. We can work something out. But this is something I like to do from time to time. So, with that being said, I'm going to give the floor to my guest, who will remain anonymous, to speak about Terrifier 3. You can give us the story, give us what your thoughts were, just give it to us. Give us all everything about Terrifier 3 and go.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Terrifier 3 and Terrifier in general. So, everybody, has been making this big hoorah, this big ordeal about Terrifier, Terrifier 2, Terrifier 3. Well, so, I watched everything with Art the Clown, from All Hallows Eve to All Hallows Eve 2 to Terrifier 2, Terrifier 3. So, Terrifier 1, it was gory and it had its moments, but there was only one moment that was really where you can say it was pretty gruesome. It involved where Art the Clown hangs up this woman, and she's hanging upside down, and her friend is sitting there to a chair, and she's strapped to the chair and she can't move, and he grabs a rusty saw, and yeah, you can probably guess he goes to town on her while she's upside down and gets split in half.
That shouldn't make a that shouldn't make a normal person laugh. Let's continue.
Okay. So really, that was the only gory scene. Now, Terrifier 2, boy, oh boy.
Hold on, I'm going to stop you there. Terrifier 1, what would you give it out of 10?
A 6.
And what would you give Terrifier 2?
I'd give it an 8.
And what do you give Terrifier 3, which we're going to be leading up to here?
A 9.
Damn. All right. You can go ahead.
So, is there anything you want to ask me,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I noticed that Terrifier 3, there was, it's not rated. Is this the goriest movie you've ever seen?
That would be in theaters?
Yeah.
Or just general?
Yeah, in theaters.
Okay, in theaters, probably. In theaters, yes. I would say if there was a movie you go see in theaters that they would release, yes. This is the first movie since Saw 3 that has been banned in France.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
It was just banned the other day, I think it was Friday.
So this is gorier than Saw, you would say?
Yes.
Yep. Now, did they leave the door open for a Terrifier 4, or did this conclude the trilogy?
Yes. The producer, Damien Leone, already said that they're working on 4.
Yeah, I noticed that this movie actually, it got trailers and kind of caught my attention. I didn't even know about the first 2 Terrifier films. Is this one going to be a box office hit compared to the first 2?
It's already made a crap ton of money, more so than Joker 2.
Wow. That's shocking. That is actually shocking. I didn't expect that.
You really want to think about it? movies was independently. Like this, the second one. Also, the second one wasn't even supposed to make a bunch of money or go, be famous or whatever, and it just caught on. And then, this one, it's more, now a lot more people knows. Also, this is more famous than the second one.
So I do notice you said 9 out of 10 for Terrifier 3. What did it not do to get a perfect score from you? What did it miss?
I felt like that they could have went more in depth with the origin a little bit more of Art the Clown, and some and the lead final girl. They explain kind of what Art the Clown is, demon. There's this girl from the first one that becomes Art's victim. She's one of the main people in the first one, and something happens to her. She becomes like all disfigured and everything. And then, and then in the second one, she's still in the movie, the woman who was disfigured. But at the end, it only really shows her until the end. And at the end of the movie, Chris Jericho, she's in a mental institution, and so is the girl from the second one, the final girl. Anyways, so the woman who's blind, who was in the first one, who was Art's, victim, somehow, some way, so through her, she gives birth to reincarnates Art and gives birth to his head.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
And so she, that's how the second one ends, is she gives birth to Art's head, and, like, she's eating his umbilical cord and everything. It's, like, all, crazy. So then, it explains in the third one that she, in order to get rid of Art, you have to get rid of her.
That's pretty freaking crazy. So as far as like who you'd recommend this movie for, what age do you think you need to be to watch this movie, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, it just depends. It depends on, your family and stuff. I mean, like me, I started watching horror movies when I was like 3 years old.
Should parents be taking their 8-year-old to go see this movie?
Well, I mean,
if
that's their cup of tea, that's if they're deranged.
I guess, right? They may need to be checked for some mental issues if they did that. Holy hell!
I mean, so okay, I will talk about this, and then okay. So in Terrifier 2, there's this one scene in the bedroom with a girl that everybody has made a big deal. It's the goriest scene, the goriest scene they've ever seen in a movie. Blah 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 blah. So in the second one, there's this girl who gets her. So what can I say and what can I not say? Like, so you don't get.
Say it all. There's nothing you can't say.
She gets her scalp ripped back and has her arms chopped off. Art rips her scalp back and pours salt on her brain inside of her head.
Oh,
and,
shit.
Like, he does a whole bunch of stuff. So everybody says that's the goriest scene. Well, here's Terrifier 3. Oh boy, how can they, top that one? Well, the beginning of Terrifier 3, what's the two things that you don't see that much in movies? Movies.
Children getting killed. Usually don't see that, and I don't know the other thing.
Well, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, the two things that triggers the people the most in watching movies, right off the bat, within the first 3 minutes, you see this little girl going down the stairs, and she's like, "Oh, it's Christmas, Mommy, Daddy, it's Christmas." And then, all of a sudden, it's Santa Claus. Well, it's Art dressed up as Santa Claus, and the mom and dad's talking, blah 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 blah. Well, here comes Art going up the stairs. She sees Art going up the stairs, and all of a sudden, the brother, he's a douchebag. Leave me alone, I'm trying to sleep. And then, all of a sudden, you hear... Yeah, it's a little boy getting hacked up.
God damn.
And then all of a sudden, you see the images and stuff of the boy all cut up in pieces, showing his body parts, his guts, his head chopped in half, and all kinds of stuff. Well, and then, there's another part where it shows a person cutting themselves and, being suicidal and everything. That's the 2 trigger warnings, that's in movies that they don't
like.
People, shies away from. But, alright. Then they're like, just like I said, how can Terrifier 3 outdo itself? Well, outdo Terrifier 2 with gore. Well, there's a shower scene, and there's these 2 young people, they're getting it on, and Art's like, ooh, and he starts up the chainsaw, and
goes to town.
And body parts are flying all over the place. The girl is watching her boyfriend. He's on the ground. He has his leg ripped off by Art, and he watches Art take the chainsaw, and he cuts right up the middle. It shows his genitals and everything.
No. I do have to ask. As far as Art himself goes, the character, does he speak?
No.
He never speaks?
No.
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out, is he most like Freddy, Jason, or Michael Myers? If you had to put your finger on it.
Like that, like diabolical, like quiet and kind of like picking his spot.
Jason. He's closest to Jason, isn't he?
I get, yeah, but like
amped up.
But yeah, he's amped up. He's more
Well, in theory, Jason was also really gory. It's just they didn't show everything on camera. Versus with Art, you're seeing everything on camera. But you would also say his kills are creative, too.
Yes, that's the reason why Art the Clown, he loves, that's why, if you think about it, that's why his name is Art the Clown. He loves his work.
Now, see, I'm surprised he doesn't speak, because I think if he did speak, then I would say, okay, he'd be a lot closer to Freddy. Because if you look at Nightmare on Elm Street, they had a lot of, he had a lot of creative kills. They just weren't that amped up.
Well, don't talk. He has charisma.
Yeah.
He's funny. The way, his facial expressions, what he does, and stuff like that. He's funny. He has charisma.
Right, he does. To me, this feels like he's different than all those other 3 I mentioned, and he's his own guy for sure.
He's his own character. He don't try to rip off. This isn't like ripping off other characters or anything. He's his own person, and that's what makes him becoming legend. Not legendary yet, but is making him into an icon.
Yeah, a modern icon. Kind of like, he's not even like Pennywise. Pennywise talks a lot, actually. Pennywise mentally gets to you more than actually physically gets to you.
Well, I can tell you this much. I would think Art the Clown would win.
If they fought each other.
Against Pennywise.
I'd like to see that. Pennywise versus Art, the movie. Kind of like how we got Freddy versus Jason.
Right. because they're both, demons.
Yeah, I feel like what I really like about what I've seen about Art the Clown in general, because Art the Clown is Terrifier. Terrifier is Art the Clown. The thing about Art the Clown is, I think that although he could borrow many inspirations from other characters, he is uniquely him, and in that respect. So I think we definitely agree on that.
Yeah.
So what can Terrifier 4 do to out-top Terrifier 3 and still actually be able to be released into globally?
Like, without the gore?
No, with the gore. Like, how could it amp up the gore even more? What could it possibly even do? Is there anything it could do more?
That's a tough one because, just like I said, number 3 kind of... You have to... Okay, you know how we would watch Saul and we could see the traps and stuff, and we're like, wow, this guy's fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, how can they outdo this next movie with traps? Well, it's kind of the same thing. Wow, this guy's fucked up. Well, what is he gonna do? Well, that's the thing. It's gonna. I don't even know.
Eventually it'll reach a point, because it did with the Saw franchise too, where it apexes and then eventually everything becomes dull and they can't ever outdo themselves.
Yeah, Damien Leone said that he either wants a trilogy or he wants 4 movies. That's it. After that, no more. And and then later on in the years, then because he said that he don't want it to become like Saw, where the fans are like, yeah, more, and then each money, But that's the thing about this, though, is every movie has made more, and then it's topped itself with money. Saw didn't top itself for nothing each movie.
Yeah, I would say Saw peaked at Saw 3, and then I thought after that the franchise sort of went a little, haywire. And that's what this guy wants to avoid with Terrifier.
He said, just like I said, he said after 4, maybe in 5, 6 years, 4 years, something like that, for a couple years, then maybe he'll come back to something, maybe an origin story or something,
So, would you say of all the movies you've seen this year, this would be your movie of the year right now?
Yes.
All right, you heard it from the man himself.
And just like I said, I'd give it a 9 out of 10, and I do believe that Rotten Tomatoes...
Huh?
94, something like that?
The Rotten Tomatoes score was 77 from the critics, but the audience score was much higher, which was a 93. So,
okay.
And I understand these reviewers that sometimes they're forced to go review a movie, and they might be off-put by the violence that's in it, and the gore, but the actual fans obviously love the movie. It's sitting at a 93 for the audience score.
That's what's most important is the fan score, I feel like.
Yeah, fans over critics. Often we lead with the critics, but honestly, the fans is what makes a movie or breaks a movie.
Well, in UK, there was a total of 14 people taken out from the first screening.
And they hand out barf bags, I heard, right? They hand out barf bags.
I was actually on TikTok watching one of the people that was in there, and they said it was too gory for them, but they stayed. But there was a total of 14 people that left. There was 2 people that was having heart problems.
Holy hell. Well, my dude, I'm going to have to end this here, but do you have anything you want to add before we wrap up?
I hope everybody has a wonderful Halloween, and make sure you guys spend time with your family, lock your doors, keep safe, and make sure there's no crackhead or anything that comes and stay spooky, everybody.
Thanks for being on. This has been RJ from Game News USA. I'm signing out. Have a good one. Peace.